up with a secret plan. She would follow her fiance every day, hoping to catch him cheating and use it as a reason to break the engagement. After months of tailing him, her efforts finally paid off. One day, she spotted him walking into a hotel, arm in arm with a stunning woman, acting completely at ease. She hurried after them, heart pounding with excitement. Just as she reached the hotel entrance, the man's jacket came flying out of the room. She could hardly believe her luck. This was it, the evidence she needed. But before she could even celebrate, the woman from earlier rushed out of the hotel in a panic. The heiress stopped her, curious about what had happened inside. To her surprise, the woman confessed that nothing had actually happened. The man had simply taken a few staged intimate photos with her, then coldly pushed her away and warned her to keep her mouth shut. Still confused and embarrassed, the woman ran off, leaving the heiress standing there in disbelief. Misinterpreting the situation, the heiress jumped to the conclusion that her fiancé was impotent. No wonder he avoided intimacy. Already opposed to the marriage, this sealed the deal for her. She bolted from the scene. What she didn't know was that the entire encounter had been orchestrated by the man himself. He had no intention of marrying someone just because his family said so. So, he faked a scandal and had the photos sent to her, hoping she'd call off the engagement on her own. Meanwhile, the heiress, still unaware of the setup, was racking her brain for ways to get out of the mess. That's when she stumbled across a job posting from the man's household. Suddenly, a wild idea hit her. She would disguise herself as a maid, sneak into his home, and make him fall in love with her as a commoner. That way, he would voluntarily break off the engagement with her real identity. And so, the billionaire heiress disguised herself and started working in his mansion as a live-in maid. Her plan kicked off smoothly. The man quickly became intrigued by her charm, just as she had hoped. But just when she thought everything was going perfectly, an unexpected obstacle appeared. A jealous woman who had secretly been in love with the man for years. The jealous woman immediately saw the maid as a threat and began harassing her. Pretending to be the lady of the house, she poured warm water over the maid's head and mocked her for being nothing more than a servant. "You think you can sleep your way up the social ladder?" she sneered, handing her a check worth $10,000. "Here's your severance pay. Take it and leave." But the heiress-turned-maid refused the money. Calmly, she asked the woman to apologize. This only infuriated her further. Her friends nearby laughed, thinking the maid had no idea how far beneath them she was. None of them realized the maid was actually a billionaire in disguise. At that moment, the man arrived and asked what was going on. The heiress picked up the check from the floor and explained the situation, even mimicking the jealous woman's pitiful voice for effect. The man, touched by the maid's vulnerability and affection, began to see her in a new light. As she turned to leave, pretending to be hurt, he stopped her, just as she had expected. He even gently took her hand, a gesture that sent the jealous woman into a rage. Sensing her moment, the heiress told the man that all his maids had quit because of the bully standing in front of them. Caught red-handed, the jealous woman exploded, but it was too late. The man kicked her out of the house. What he didn't realize was that in protecting the maid, he had unknowingly walked right into her love trap. Falling hard for her, he soon confessed that he wanted to marry her. The heiress, trying not to blow her cover, pretended to be upset and brought up his engagement. To her surprise, the man immediately promised to cancel it. He even picked up his phone, ready to call his fiancée right then and there. Panicking, the heiress stopped him and pretended to be jealous. Seeing her reaction, the man reassured her. "That girl? She's nothing. A coward who doesn't even dare to show her face in public. Not like you." He had no idea that the cowardly fiancé he spoke of was standing right in front of him, dressed as his maid. The day of the engagement cancellation arrived. But before the man could make the call, he got an unexpected phone call from his grandmother. She had already dismissed the lawyer he hired. Frustrated but determined, he decided to handle it personally. But the biggest surprise of all? When he arrived, the person waiting to meet him was none other than his family's maid.